When I was 18, getting ready to turn 19, I came out of what I thought was just going to be the closet of non-Christianity, because I had decided that I wasn't going to be Christian, wasn't going to consider myself Christian anymore. And I was having this conversation with my mom because I had been visiting the church that she was going to with her past partner at the time. And there was just so much judgment and ridicule that I was just sick and tired of. I had heard it all my life from my family. I grew up in the church, was in the choir, grew up in this fucking homophobic ass, program. um, so I had heard it enough, and I was just done hearing people say things like, your life, your identity, who you are is not worthy of God's love, because it didn't make sense to me. I was growing up in the hood by myself a lot of times. I had the key to my house at 8 years old. I was walking home from school that early, dealing with so much, having so many experiences that showed me that, like, God, you're here. You're protecting me, right? Like, you're keeping me from the things that, as I'm growing up in the inner city, a lot of my friends are going through. I'm going through my own things, of course. However, I could not help but overlook, I could not help, I could not overlook the fact that God's love was raining, shining, pouring all over my life from a very, very early age, but I couldn't seem to grapple with the doctrine, the teachings that told me that, being gay is an abomination, that you will experience a life of eternal suffering and you'll burn in hell and you'll be suffering and da, da, da. It wasn't until a few years ago, and I'm 34 years old, it wasn't until a few years ago that I realized, wow, like, those teachings taught me how to be hellish to myself. It taught me how to be a demon, a devil to my own self, to punish and to shrink and to collapse and to contort and to contract myself into these very, very small, acceptable ways of existing just in order to survive, to be able to not experience isolation, not to experience constant damnation and ridicule, and to not have to hear voices of people constantly telling me now what it is that I think about myself already, or constantly telling me what it is that is replaying in my head already. It has taken my mom passing away, me losing literally all of my shit, storages auctioned off, business belongings gone, years and years, thousands and thousands of dollars worth of equipment, photos, my mom's belongings, some of my dad's stuff, and my mom is no longer living. It took me losing all of those things and shedding down to absolutely damn near nothing. Being by myself a lot, completely disconnected from my creativity. It has taken me damn near losing fucking everything to realize, this same omnipresent, ever loving, ever providing, ever giving source that is literally pumping breath into my lungs, is literally having birds come to visit me in the morning to sing me songs and to sound heal me, that has sun beaming directly on my face so that I can be reminded of my own warmth. That God is living every single place that I go, including inside of myself, because when you lose so much, you really have to be with every single thing that you have either adopted or been forced into, indoctrinated into thinking, all these patterns, all these voices, all these cycles living inside of your head that you think are your own thoughts. You have to be with all of it. And as I sat there and, as Eckhart totally taught me, as Eckhart totally taught me, I had to learn how to observe these programs, these random, because our mind is a computer and they know that. These systems know that. Our mind is a computer. It is constantly receiving information and recycling this information over and over and over again. And just like a computer can have a malware or a virus, so can your mind. Your mind can continue to repeat the same old viral ass shit over and over and over again until it literally makes you a patient. Until you gotta go and get some drugs or go and get prescribed something or try to fuck it away or try to eat it away or try to, self-medicate in whatever way you possibly can because you are running a fucking malware program in your head. I saw someone talk about like the PTSD from growing up in the church, and absolutely, when the place and the source that has created you, so the source that has created you and the place that I'm talking about are actually two different things. Let me be clear. When the source that has created you has been infiltrated by the place that has indoctrinated you, that harmful, malicious mediation has been created where you think you have to go through anything to get to a kingdom that already exists inside of your own heart, to get to a peace that already exists inside of your own heart that can never leave you. If you can look up at the sun, the clouds, the everything, the reminder, the wake-up calls every single day, these are reminders that we are constantly loved, we are constantly and cosmically cared for through and through. It's been a challenge to get these motherfucking voices out of my head, even after 15 years of deciding that I was just going to make love my religion. And if it felt like love, then I know that God is there. And if it didn't feel like love, then I know that that's not where I'm supposed to be. Evil shows up in so many different ways for so many different people. What looks evil to me may be medicinal to you. But when we are cut off from our relationship, our own connection with our own source, we are disconnected from the dialect of divine love that we all speak individually with our personal relationship with the Creator. When we are disconnected from that, then motherfuckers can tell us whatever they want to tell us and we gonna follow that shit. Because you think that you gotta go through a book or through a person or through a teaching or all you have to do is go through your own heart. And I'm not really a all you have to do type of person, because it's not really all you have to do. It is hard. The road, the journey through yourself, to your peace, to the paradise of your own heart, that shit is not easy, especially because 9 times out of 10, when you are trying to get there, you have all of these outside forces trying to keep you away and trying to redirect you to where they're looking. And they're also not looking inside of themselves. So yeah, my mama knows, I know. Source, the Most High, Creator, Universe, Spirit, God, Love, Divine, knows that love is my religion. And if you know love, I love you. And everybody knows what love is. We know what the opposite of it is as well. Even though we try to remain loyal to what we are taught to remain loyal to, we know what the fuck love feels like and is to us. And may we never allow anybody, not even the voice that's speaking to you right now, myself, because if it doesn't click to you, then, that's fine. But let us not ever allow anybody to stand in between what our knowing is. Some of us do, you know, need specific tools to get there. Yeah, most of us, all, all we need is a deep dive into our own essence, into our own being, to see that God has always been right here.